so I'm going to start off with this Shadow Insurance Primer for the eyes. Okay, next I'm going in with the Dr. Brandt Pore Refiner Primer. This just helps get rid of all your pores, or at least like smooth out your pores, so that when you apply a foundation, it's like a smooth application. Now that I have the eyes and face primed, we're going to go into these Milani palettes. These are pretty new. I had to order it from their website online. I'm going to open them up and see which palette I want to play with today. So this one here is the Most Loved Matte palette. This one has more of neutral matte colors, whereas in this one has more shimmery colors, and I might do something on this one, I think. Maybe I'll mix the two actually. So far so good. That's a really warm color. The eyeshadows blended out pretty nicely. Like I said, I used the matte colors and it's pretty warm, so it makes a really good transition color though. So next I am gonna go in with this color here from the Bold Obsession color. I want to see how well their like sparkly colors work. So I'm gonna go in with a synthetic brush. Hopefully that does a good job of applying it. Wow, so it does apply a little like powdery. Like I feel like I'm getting glitter everywhere. It does have good pigmentation, except it literally just goes everywhere. Like you see how it just fell all over here, and I feel like it's already getting in my crease and all that. So on this eye I applied it loosely just with the brush and it just got everywhere. So what I'm going to try on this side is to pick up some of the eyeshadow and then spray it with a little bit of water and then just press it onto my other lid. So I have some of the shadow here. I'm just going to spray it with some water and hopefully that does a better job of packing it on. So I think I did a better job with the fallout. Definitely didn't get everywhere like it did on this eye here, so it keeps it more like compact when the brush is wet versus when you apply it with a dry synthetic brush. So now I have glitter all over my crease on this one, so it's going to be a little difficult to blend, but we'll see what we do. Now I want to apply this dark brown color here in the outer corner because I just want to darken it up a little bit. So that's a pretty dark brown. I like it. It's very pigmented, this brown. Sometimes like you'll get colors, you know, dark colors. Like now I'm kind of curious about this black color here because if that brown is really dark, I'm pretty sure that black is going to be really dark as well. So let's blend that out. And again, I'm probably gonna get that gold everywhere because it is very, it's like very loose, it's very powdery. So it seems like it moves pretty easily. So I'm thinking the matte colors work really well. The glittery ones are a little bit more messy than you would think. You see how pigmented that is? It applies very pigmented, but and so are the glitter ones, except the only thing is that they just fall everywhere. Like I feel like I have so much fallout underneath my eyes. and it just like it gets everywhere. Like right now I have glitter in my outer corner, in my crease. It's just everywhere. It's kind of like a mess. And I'm trying to blend this brown color out, but this glitter is making it a little bit difficult to do because I don't want to mess with it too much, but it's like I kind of have to if I want to blend it out nicely, you know. I'm trying to avoid getting that glitter in my crease, but it's a bit hard. I probably should have done the outer corner first before applying this glitter shade, because literally, look at my face. I have fallout everywhere. I'm gonna try to apply this color here on the on top of all of this warm color, just to kind of like blend it out a little bit. It's looking a little harsh on top, just to like soften it up. So I think I'm done with the eyes. Again, like I've mentioned, I would probably apply, you know, your crease color, your outer corner colors first, and then go in with this shimmery color at the end, because literally it just gets everywhere. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say I'm not really crazy about these chalky powdery glitters. They're very chunky, so it gets everywhere. And if you do use it, I would suggest, you know, if you're gonna use a synthetic brush, wet the brush a little bit and then, you know, dip it into the shadow, and then that way it's more like compact because it's wet, and then gently just press it into your lid. So I'm applying it again just so that it pops a little bit more. But I'm not gonna lie, it is very foily and very metallic. So I do like that. It's just kind of a mess to apply. So now I'm just gonna wipe underneath my face because I do have a lot of fallout. And next I'm going to apply some eyeliner with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in the color Trooper. This is definitely one of my go-to liners. I like that it's a felt tip and it just makes it for very easy application for me. So now I'm going to apply some mascara, and I'm going to do one coat of the Roller Lash mascara just to kind of, you know, curl my lashes a little bit. So I'm going to finish up putting foundation on my face, and then once I do that, I will be right back. So now I'm applying Tape Shape tape underneath the eyes to just brighten it up a little bit. This is in the color Medium. It helps with brightening up underneath the eyes, and it's definitely full coverage. So it will cover all of your dark circles and whatnot. I am going to blend it out with the Beauty Blender, which I've been loving lately. I've been having a love-hate relationship with this Beauty Blender. Like, there's times when I just constantly use it, and then times that I just don't like it because it doesn't give me that full coverage that I want, but I've always loved it to blend out my concealer because, like, you know, I don't want my face to look super cakey. So when I use this damp Beauty Blender, it just does a good, it just like blends it out so nicely and so seamlessly, and it helps with like making my eyes like not look so cakey underneath, which I really appreciate. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just like tapping that out just to make sure that there's no streaks. Everything is just blended out. So what I'm gonna do now is bake underneath my eyes, and I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier powder, the translucent powder, to bake underneath. Just with your damp Beauty Blender. I'm sure you guys seen this a million times. Not on my channel, but maybe on other channels. You just pick up your damp Beauty Blender, dip it in the powder, and just put it underneath your eyes, and you let it sit for a little bit, just so that it cooks under there. This is supposed to help with the creasing. You want to set your concealer right away just so that you can avoid some creasing. Of course, I won't avoid all of it, but it'll definitely help with some of it. So I'm gonna let that sit, and I'm just gonna use a regular Morphe 848 brush, just the regular brush, to set the rest of my face. I just want to set the rest of my face because, you know, I have oily skin. So I'm gonna let that sit there for a little bit. Next, I'm going to use the Mega Glow Hello Halo Liquid Highlighter from Wet n Wild. This is in the color Goddess Glow. It's with a little dome foot applicator that I think you can just apply directly to the face, which I'm going to do. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this out just so that I can already apply the highlighter. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this Wet n Wild highlighter, and I'm just gonna apply this here. That might be a little too much, but I'm just gonna blend it out with the Beauty Blender and just pounce it around at the high points of my face. It is a really pretty color. And then I'm just gonna go with the bottom part and just kind of blend it in. Seeming a little hard to blend. Maybe I need to wet my Beauty Blender just a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna go on this side of the face and just apply it a lot. And just blend it out with the Beauty Blender. So next I'm gonna go with the Hoola Benefit Bronzer. I'm just gonna get this stippling brush and just kind of blend it out, especially on my forehead a little bit and on my cheeks. And then I'm gonna go with a favorite of mine, which is the Becca blush in the color Wild Honey. You guys know I've raved about this all in my 2017 favorites. If you haven't seen it yet, I will link that down below, but I rave all about these blushes and why I love them. So I'm gonna apply some of that on my cheek. And you can still see that glow. And then again, I'm gonna go with my stippling brush and make sure I blend everything out. Sorry guys, I always have that issue of my memory cards filling out. I hate it. That's like my biggest pet peeve. I need to format all my memory cards. But anyways, so I forgot what I was saying or where I left off in the clip before, but I think I was just blending out my blush and stuff. But now I'm going to apply the Master Chrome Maybelline highlighter. So this one's a favorite from everybody from the drugstore, especially because you don't really find good highlighters at the drugstore. So I'm going to apply this one, and it is going to make me boomin'. Boomin'. I just got to blend it out a little bit. So boomin'. But yeah, like I was saying, you don't find really good highlighters in the drugstore that often. So I know some good ones from Wet n Wild. They always come out with really good ones. And then this is the first time I've seen Maybelline come out with a really good one. So yeah, I'm really liking it. It definitely adds a glow to my face. I'm glowing. And then I'm going to fill in my eyebrows because I literally look scary right now without eyebrows on. So I'm going to use, of course, the Anastasia Brow Definer one. First, I like to just brush out my brush. I like to brush out my liner. I'm literally doing all this work to put this full face on for like literally 2.5 seconds. Because after this, I have to do so much cleaning, and I'm probably just gonna wipe all this off. Don't I look so much different with brows on? I know, I think so. And then I'm gonna go back in with the spoolie and just kind of blend out what I filled in. Especially when I feel like I overdid it with the brows, I like to just go in with the spoolie. It gives it more of a natural brow look. Then I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel and then just set my brows so that they don't move. This also does a really good job of blending out the color and just kind of, you know, like bringing it down a notch, because like I said, sometimes you just overfill and you get a little carried away. So now I'm gonna go in and finish up the lower lash line. I'm gonna use this color from the Mattes palette And then just kind of apply that to the lower lash line with an angled brush. Looking a little orange, but it's okay. We're gonna blend it out with a darker color. Then I'm gonna go in with that same palette and I'm gonna use this brown color here. It's not the same one. The other brown color I use is the one from the Bold Obsession one. This one seems to be a little bit more of a warmer brown. So I'm gonna apply that on top and just blend out the two colors together. Just wanna deepen it up a little bit on the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna go in with a clean brush and just blend that out. I'm gonna go in with this color here and just apply some of that just to blend it out a little bit more. Then I'm gonna go in with the Bad Gal Bang mascara. If you guys want a full review on this, it's my previous video. It'll be linked down below if you guys want to see my full thoughts on this mascara. But yeah, so I'm just gonna apply a coat of that on my top and my lower lashes. So next I'm going to go in with the Cork lip liner from MAC. I know it's looking a little brown, but I'm just going to apply it at the outer corners and then apply a nude on top. Then I'm going in with the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink liquid lipstick in the color Seductress. It's a little more peachier than I thought it was. Could have sworn it was more of a nude last time I tried it. Okay guys, so that is it for this tutorial. So my final thoughts on these Milani eyeshadow palettes are that I do love the pigmentation of the matte eyeshadows. I'm not gonna lie. The matte colors swatch beautifully. Look at that. That swatch so nicely. And here's another one. They just swatch really, really nicely, especially the dark colors. They do a really good job. And they're not super powdery and flaky and they're gonna fall off, none of that. But I'm not gonna lie, they're more glittery eyeshadows, are more on the chalky and chunky side. So for this color, for instance, that I applied on the lid, definitely had a lot of fallout. So I would recommend, if you are going to use those colors, to either use a wet synthetic brush, or maybe your fingers might even do a better job. But don't put on your foundation before you apply those glitter shadows, because I'm telling you, you're gonna have so much fallout and that is not fun to clean. So yeah, but I would have to say, if you have to pick up one of the two, I would pick up the matte one, because this is a lot of warm colors, especially if you're into warm colors. I would definitely recommend this one, because again, the pigmentation is great on the matte, why do I want to keep saying foundation? On the matte eyeshadows, but the glittery ones, in this Bold Obsessions palette, they're not so great. I mean, they're good, you can work with them, but the only thing is you have to either use a synthetic brush and then wet your brush, or you have to use your finger. I should have tried my finger, but I did try with a wet synthetic brush and I saw that it applied a little bit better and I didn't get as much fallout. So yeah, that is my full thoughts and opinions on those eyeshadow palettes. Again, I picked these up online. They didn't have them. I didn't see them anywhere in store. I know some people mentioned that they might have seen it at Walgreens and whatnot, but I haven't seen it yet, so that's why I just placed an order online. I'll leave their links down below. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and please leave any comments you have down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until next time, bye guys.